Hello. I just got done watching this play. I've watched it a couple times, and I think it's pretty funny that Coach Bielema, or however you say his name, from Wisconsin, actually was able to pull this off. People are saying he took advantage of a loophole in the rules. Really, he took advantage of more than that. He took advantage of a couple things. Number one, this tactic that he used is really against the rules, and I'll go into that in a little bit. But besides that, all Joe Paterno had to do was decline the first penalty. There was not offsetting penalties on that one. He could have just said, "Okay, offsides. I see what you're doing." It was obvious what Bielema was doing because the whole team was offside. It was obviously a play to just run the clock out. So all Coach Paterno had to do was just call or just decline the play. I don't know why he didn't do that. So that was certainly an option. Of course, the only problem with that is because everybody is so far offsides, they had awful field position. But it'd be better to have the ball with time on the clock than not have any time at all, I would suppose. So that's something that Paterno could have done, but he was so mad they didn't even think of that. And I think that Bielema knew that he would be that mad and not even think to do that. So anyway, that's just a possibility. The other thing was, this is against the rules. I'm going to read something here out of Section 5, Article 3. It says, the referee shall order the game clock started or stopped whenever either team conserves or consumes playing times by tactics obviously unfair, which this was. So on and so forth. So that, I guess the point here is that the officials do have some latitude as to what to do with the clock when a team obviously uses tactics that are obviously unfair, which Coach Bielema did. This was obviously just a ploy. So they could have done that, except Coach Bielema knew that the officials wouldn't do that. And the reason for that is there was a scrimmage game earlier with Wisconsin where there was Big Ten officials there, and they told Barry Alvarez, the previous coach, how they would interpret this, that they would not call an obviously unfair practice, that they would just call a penalty. Well, of course, Alvarez shares this with Bielema after the scrimmage, so Bielema's going in there armed with this knowledge that the officials aren't going to do this. They're not going to call unfair tactics. So, knowing that Paterno probably would just be upset and not decline the penalty, and also knowing that the officials aren't going to do anything about it, armed with this knowledge, he pulls it off 2 times in a row. I'm surprised he didn't pull it off 3 times. Just do it again. So I think that it really was brilliant by Bielema because he took advantage of more than just the loophole in the rule. He took advantage of Joe Pa's temper, and he took advantage of the knowledge that the officials wouldn't do anything about it. And ran some time off the clock. Now, in future games, I think that, obviously, I don't think this is going to happen again because I think they're going to say this is obviously an unfair tactic and that they can set the clock back according to, Section 4 here of the rules book. But we'll see. We'll see if other teams try it or what comes out of this or if there's an amendment or what happens. But that is the rule for this year. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's my comments on the situation. Bye.